All right, welcome to this explainer, where we break down some really big ideas. Today, we're diving into a company that is completely rethinking our relationship with food, literally from the ground up.
It seems like a simple question, right? But the answer, you'll see, is way more interesting and maybe a bit more complex than you might think.
So, according to a company called MACC, that's the Mediterranean Agrofood Competence Center, it all starts right here, in the dirt. This is their whole philosophy, the idea that our health is just one part of this big, unbroken cycle that begins right under our feet.
They call this holistic vision from soil to cell. And what they're trying to do is connect three worlds that you might not think go together: regenerative farming, some pretty smart technology, and our own personal health. The goal is to make it all one seamless loop. Sounds ambitious, right? Okay, so let's break down how they're actually pulling it off.
All right, first up, the soil. Now, what's so interesting is that the first stage of their cycle doesn't even involve planting anything yet. It's all about healing the earth first, kind of rebuilding the very foundation by thinking in terms of a circular economy.
So the first big move is this: turning what we think of as waste into a valuable resource. You know, all those agricultural byproducts that usually just get thrown away? Well, MACC has found some really clever ways to turn them into something super useful for the farm.
Okay, check this out. They take raw sheep's wool, something that, especially in a place like Crete, often just gets discarded, and they turn it into these little compressed pellets. And these things, they have some pretty incredible properties.
And this is where it gets really wild. These little wool pellets can hold up to 3.5 times their own weight in water. Think about that. They're like these tiny, natural sponges mixed into the soil, slowly releasing water right to the plant's roots when it needs it most. For a place like the Mediterranean, which can get pretty dry, that is a total game changer.
But wait, it's not just about water. As these pellets break down over, say, 6 to 10 months, they also become a natural, slow-release fertilizer, giving plants key nutrients. They also aerate the soil. And MACC pairs this with other cool regenerative techniques, like something called green manuring. That's where they guide farmers to plant things like vetch and then just till it right back into the soil. Boom, you get a zero-cost, all-natural nitrogen fertilizer.
Okay, so we've got a healthy foundation. Now let's move to the next stage in the cycle, which is all about farming with intelligence. This is where MACC brings in technology to help grow plants with some serious precision and care. The star of the show here is their own proprietary system called SmartAgroGenius. It's an IoT, or Internet of Things platform. Just picture a whole network of smart sensors that are like the eyes and ears of the farm, keeping an eye on conditions 24/7.
But, collecting all that data is one thing. You need a brain to make sense of it, right? And that's where their Tagaroon platform comes in. It's the brain of the whole operation. It takes all those streams of numbers and turns them into really simple, actionable advice and alerts for the farmer.
What's really smart about this system is that it's modular. So you don't have to go all in at once. You can start with level 1, which uses air sensors to predict stuff like disease outbreaks. Then you can move up to level 2, which adds soil sensors to help with nutrition and water. Or you can go for the whole shebang with level 3, which can totally automate things like irrigation.
And this really gets to the core of it all. It's about moving from just a simple timer to using smart rules. So instead of, water every day at 8 a.m. for 20 minutes, no matter what, the farmer can set a smart rule. Something like only water for 20 minutes if the soil moisture drops below 15% and the temperature is over 25 degrees. You see the difference? It's intelligent action, not just blind automation.
Okay, so we've healed the soil, we've used smart tech to grow the food. Now for the final, and maybe most important, piece of the puzzle. This is where the cycle truly comes full circle, connecting the farm directly to your body.
They do this through an exclusive partnership they have with a company called Foodoxys. Now, Foodoxys is a spin-off from the University of Thessaly, and they are the ones who bring some seriously cutting-edge biohealth science to the table. This is where we get into personalized nutrition based on your unique body chemistry.
And they've made the whole process super simple. It's really just 3 steps. First, you give a simple finger prick blood sample at a MACC facility. Step 2, that sample gets analyzed in a university lab to measure key things about your cellular health. And then step 3, you get a personalized report with specific dietary advice based on exactly what your body needs. It's about translating all that complex science into clear guidance you can actually use.
And the tests they offer get really specific. So instead of just guessing if you're getting enough antioxidants, you can literally measure your body's master antioxidant, which is key for anti-aging. Or you can check your metabolic balance to find silent inflammation that might be caused by stress. These are things that have a direct impact on your health in the long run.
So let's just zoom out for a second and put it all together. You can really start to see how MACC has connected all these different dots into one single unbroken food cycle.
It's a system where every single stage makes the next one better. You start with healthy soil, which grows healthier plants. Those healthier plants need fewer chemicals. That means you get cleaner, more nutrient-dense food. And that food provides the exact targeted nutrition our bodies need to improve our health right down at the cellular level. See how it all connects?
There's a quote from MACC that I think just perfectly sums up their whole mission. They say, "We are not simply consultants, we are architects of a healthy future." And that really captures it, doesn't it? It's not about just selling a bag of fertilizer or a sensor. It's about designing a whole new, better, more sustainable system for all of us.
So, the work that MACC is doing really makes you think, and it leaves us with this final, kind of provocative question to chew on. What if our food system wasn't a line from farm to fork to trash, but a circle?